Let's talk a little bit about corn prices and what my strategy is. You know, all year long, ever since planting, the price of corn it's been in the toilet. Rest of the year, it just steadily kept getting lower and lower and lower until right before harvest, it was in the high $3, right around $4 range. I mean, we can't make any money like that. If we can get that price up there close to $5 a bushel, we stand a chance to make a little bit of money, and that's going to be the only crop we're going to make any money on this year. Got done with harvest here over 2 weeks ago, and I haven't picked up a camera since then, and let me tell you, it has been glorious. Just been out here working, not having to worry about documenting or recording anything, downloading footage, managing batteries or anything like that. Just getting work done. Main reason I haven't recorded, we had a ton of harvest videos this year, and well, what we've been doing the last couple of weeks just hadn't really been very exciting. So that's some of the things we've been doing. Andy's been working on bush hogging around fields. He's still got, I don't know, about a day and a half, 2 days left, and have all our fields clipped, looking good. We got all of our corn maze cut, and also our cornfield that the zombie trail goes around. No, I did not record any of it, and yes, we did use the draper head again, and it worked just like it always does. I think we got a grand total, I don't know, about 250 bushels of corn off of 7.5 acres. We got our epic farm display up and running over the Thanksgiving holidays. Kelly and myself and Paige and Carter helped out a little bit. Of course, y'all have already seen the video of it. It came out several weeks ago. We got the rest of our cover crop planted. I don't know, we had, I don't know, about 300 more acres of cover crop to plant, and then we got our drill all cleaned up, washed, put away. We got it ready to work on this winter. Normally we kind of have like a fairly strict regimen of equipment repair videos during the winter, and well, the drill hadn't been on there since 2018, I think. Well, it's going to be on there this year. We got to do a major overhaul on the drill, so y'all definitely be looking forward to that video. Our water truck is all winterized. Hadn't been washed and cleaned up yet, but we got it all winterized. Because even though majority of this fall was probably warmer than normal, we've already had 2 abnormally cold snaps for this time of year. We've already had several nights where it's got down around 23 degrees or so. Normally we don't see that until late December or January. We got the old cotton picker completely washed, cleaned up, calves cleaned out and put away. The grain buggy is completely washed and put away. We also got all the antifreeze changed on all of our equipment. We try to do that about every 2 years just to, you know, prevent corrosion in the cooling systems and everything. And because money is so tight this year, we actually recycled the antifreeze that we drained out of everything and put in our sprayer and used it to winterize our sprayer rather than having to buy windshield washer fluid, antifreeze, RV antifreeze, or stuff like that. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We got the combine ready for the wash pad, the header's ready for the wash pad, and our 2 big blue tractors. One of them is completely washed. The other one is almost completely washed. And we're just waiting for that Power Clean cleaner ordered like 2 weeks ago to show up to finish up the final cleaning on that, getting all the stains and stuff off the wheels and everything. I done ordered it twice, and I don't know if there's a problem with Amazon, but we haven't gotten our shipment, so that's what's holding us up on that. But anyway, now that it is officially December, it's December 1st today, that means it's also time for us to start bringing in some money, what little money we're gonna make this fall. That's right, it's time to start loading out some corn and hauling corn away. With this cold snap, we're about to test, see how good these batteries are. I replaced them, I think this summer. They ought to be good. Well, that didn't go good. All right, we've had it on the battery charger for a little while. As usual, at the end of harvest on this farm, we can't find anything. I have no idea where my jump box disappeared to, but we're going to instigate a massive search party for it, because that's an expensive piece of equipment. So let's try her now, see if she'll fire. All right, first make sure there ain't nothing in the loadout bin. Just a little bit of dust there. All right, got the truck running. Let's pray the loop runs pretty good. All right, open up the loadout bin. All right, we're gonna start on this number 4 bin, and I hope this time it's a whole lot easier to unload than it was back during cotton harvest, when we had to use a grain vac to suck it all the way down to the door level, because our handle there and auger was buried under about 10 feet of grain. Everything kicks on. We're gonna open it just a little bit right now, let a little bit trickle through, and make sure we get everything good and shined up before we open it all the way up. All right, good. I can hear it going there in the loadout bin. We'll go ahead and open the door, let some get through, just in case there's any moisture in the loop there that got in there. We don't want it to take up our opening. Yeah, that grain looks a little wet right there that just went in. All right, we got our gate cranked open all the way now. I think everything's got all shined up and slicked up. And if you've been following us, you're not going to be any stranger to this process. But if you're new to the channel, what we're doing is we're pulling corn out of bin 4. We're putting it up there in our loadout bin that we will then use to load the truck. That loadout bin will hold about 1 3/4 truckloads, but you look up there on the side of the bin, you see 2 kind of black rectangles. Well, those are our markers there for the loadout bin, and when the grain reaches one of those markers, it flips it and turns it yellow. So I'm going to stand down here and monitor it until it gets filled up. Then I'll holler at Kelly, tell her we're ready to load the truck, get her loaded up. She can be on her way getting our 2025 corn crop hauled, and we're going to be hauling I think about 10 miles down the road to Tyson. That's where all of our corn's been going for the last several years. Ever since they built chicken barns in this area, we've been getting comparable basis with them as what we would hauling it 52 miles to the river or the ethanol plants north of us. So it's worked out really well. We've been producing more corn the last few years, and just having to go 10 miles down the road is allowing us to, get all of our corn hauled with one single truck all in the month of December, get all our income in before the end of the year, get our landlords paid before the end of the year. So anyway, while we're sitting here waiting on loading, let's talk a little bit about corn prices and what my strategy is. Before harvest even started, I told you what my strategy was for maximizing the value of our corn, because all year long, ever since planting, the price of corn it's been in the toilet. I think around the beginning of the year, starting out, it was around $5 a bushel. I mean, this was several months before we ever put the first seed in the ground. I booked a little bit of corn, I want to say around maybe around 10,000 bushels out of ours, 75,000 plus bushels that we produced. And then the rest of the year, it just steadily kept getting lower and lower and lower until right before harvest, it was in the high $3, right around $4 range. I mean, we can't make any money like that, especially you take in the drought year that we had. Now, corn was our best crop, and we only averaged about 10 bushels less than what our 5-year average was. So corn yields were respectable for what they went through, but still, at $4 corn, we're losing money. We can get that price up there close to $5 a bushel. We stand a chance to make a little bit of money, and that's going to be the only crop we're going to make any money on this year. Well, what are we going to do to get that $5 per bushel? Well, ever since harvest started, corn has eased up a little bit. Right now, it's around $4.35, but it's kind of plateaued out. I think we got a plus 15-cent basis on this, so it gets it up there around $4.50. We might be able to just barely break even at $4.50, but we really need more than that. So what we're doing is, since we already got the basis locked in, we're going ahead and delivering our corn, but we're not actually pricing our corn because there's two separate components to a corn price. You got your futures price, and then you've got your basis price, which the basis is the difference in the futures price on what a local elevator is willing to pay. Tyson's willing to pay 15 cents above the futures price, so we got a plus 15 on it. So because we got our basis locked in, we can go ahead and deliver it, but we're not going to lock in our futures price, and we'll do that at a later point. Now, I've already rolled my contract over to March futures, so we've got until about almost the end of February to price this corn out before we have to roll it to the next month, which I think would be the May futures. So what my thinking is that, yeah, the U.S. had a pretty big corn crop this year, but it's not as big as everybody's thinking. I think the first initial projection by the USDA was 188 bushels an acre back in June or July, and they've since lowered that projection a little bit. I think it's down to like 184 bushels per acre, but even though there was a big crop all across the U.S., I still don't think it was as good as what everybody's saying. There was massive disease problems up north with southern rust. You know, there was drought in other areas, you know, like our area, especially like southern Illinois and everything. And I think the final corn yield is going to come in significantly less. And I think when that happens, corn prices will go up. How much are they going to go up? I don't know. I'm hoping they get up there around the $5 level, but I don't think that story is going to be told until probably January, sometime in February, when they start coming out with the final 2025 crop report. So that's what my hope is. Go ahead and deliver our corn. Tyson will pay us a 75% advance on the corn that we've delivered, but I haven't actually priced anything. And then hopefully January, February, start getting some final reports in. That national yield comes down, the futures price goes up, and then I can sell my corn then and hopefully get up there around that $5 per bushel range. So So that's what my plan is. I've done it in the past. Sometimes it's worked out good. Sometimes it hadn't worked out so good. I do know here in the month of December, we're likely not going to get very much price movement at all. Historically, markets don't do much in December because you got all the traders and everything wanting to maximize their profits, and they tend to exit a lot of positions before the end of the year just to get as much income as they can in to show that they had a profitable 2025 year. And then after the first of the year, they normally get back into some positions. Corn price starts moving. We start seeing a little bit more volatility and everything else. I don't see very much happening here in December. I might be surprised. You just don't ever know about grain trading. Anyway, it looks like our first marker there is a trip, so we're a little over half full. Go ahead and fill it all the way up, and then we'll get Kelly loaded up and on her way. All right, Kelly's still getting the dog ready, so I guess I'll go and get this truck loaded up by myself here. Well, look at that good, clean, high-quality corn there. All right, looks like I'm gonna get my stairs in today. That's all right. I've been practicing. I drove a cotton picker all last fall. I got a little bit of ice on the tarp. It ain't wanting to roll up all the way. All right, Kelly taking off with the first load of corn. It might be her This might be her first and last load of corn. And I got there in the truck, didn't realize it only had a quarter tank of fuel. And went and checked our fuel storage. We had a clear fuel. I called, got a delivery come in, probably be tomorrow, might be late this afternoon. I don't know how many loads she can haul on a quarter tank of fuel. Hopefully she can get, I don't know, 3 or 4 before fuel gets too low. So anyway, get a load out bin, finish loading, and then I'm gonna get cold and wet, get back on cleaning some equipment.
Matt is on lunch, so I have been filling the truck up by myself. This is number 5 up the stairs. Not too bad, I guess. Guess I don't want to overfill it. Number 6 down the stairs. That should be good. There is a leak on the air brakes when you only use the lever, so need to build up air. Been pulling the brakes every time. Welcome to December 1st. It's cold and you get your workout in. That's about perfect. Like that, I'm fucking freaking done. This is my 3rd trip up here, and there are a lot of trucks that are running the same time as we are, so sometimes you gotta wait, sometimes no. That is a lot of, I don't know what grain, but they have 2 giant piles out here. That's crazy. There's one back there. If you want to swing around, you can see it. I think. Well, you can't see. Okay, that one's not as big as that one, but and it smells because they're loading out. But getting it done, I guess. So that's number 3, 4, I think. I'm gonna try and get. What time it is? I'm gonna try and get 2 more today. It's definitely getting colder out. We're supposed to have a winter storm tonight, so we'll see what actually happens, I guess. Come on, big girl, let's go. She's definitely showing her age, trust me. Just like me. Alright, so the last 2 trucks have been on test weight. 60.5, 61.1, moisture at 12.90, and the first truck was, that's not our truck, what the heck? First one was 60.7, moisture at 13. I don't know, maybe we'll be able to pay a little bit of bills this coming year. I know Matt has not contracted at all, he just took a advance because, man, come on! I think he took an advance because he's waiting for the markets to change, but the amount of corn that they have stored on the ground, that's crazy. That just goes to show you that a big company like Tyson doesn't want to sell their stuff either. So, and everyone's waiting for the markets to turn around, and at this rate, it's either the markets are going to turn around or Jesus is coming back, because something has got to give for us to make any kind of money. And if the markets don't change, well then we need inputs to come down, and that's not gonna happen unless we all just collectively get together and say we're not buying it, and then we say that we're not buying it, well then I guess we're not farming anymore. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation right now. So try and stay positive, and I'm also going to try and watch these people on the roads. I'm telling you, the drivers have gotten worse and worse and worse and worse every single year. Like, I'm a big truck, you don't see me? Maybe if I painted the trailer bright orange, would they see me? Probably not. So, there's that.
Well, I don't know how much that time lapse recorded. My GoPro came unplugged, battery died on it, but anyway, it's about too dark to see what I'm doing out here, so we're gonna call it a day. Don't know if I'll do any washing tomorrow. I think it's barely supposed to get up above freezing tomorrow, so I might just hop in the truck, haul a few loads while Andy gets done bush hogging. But anyway.